Pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to Nerf Secret Revealed Distance Gauge. And well, when it comes to Rivals Blasters, there are a bunch to pick from. But have you ever seen one like this? Well, one that has actual bolt action built into it. Unlike most other sniper-esque blasters out there, we don't necessarily get to see that kind of function very often, where it happens to mimic an actual bolt action sort of thing that takes place on a real-life firearm. But this is the Rival Jupiter, part of the Edge series, which has been around for a few years, and to this day only contains a few blasters, as well as a few other blasters that had been canceled for some odd reason. But today I feel like that the Jupiter, while not necessarily one of the greatest picks I could have ever made, it probably is still a good blaster, mostly for this entirety of its own gimmick. But today we're not really going to be doing that sort of critique, but rather we're going to see how well does the Jupiter hold up based on its range. So safety is off, and well, let's go ahead and see how well this does at what it does best. Alright, and that seems to be all that I will fire for today's test. The Jupiter looks promising enough, but we're basically going to have a good starting point at 0 feet, obviously, and eventually find ourselves some good results by walking up to the low point, middle point, and high point of all the rounds that have been fired so far. So, coming up to the low point here, we can see this one landed just at over 75 feet, and going up towards the middle, we could see a bunch of the rounds here in this area. But yet, let's go ahead and get our mark set at 80 feet. So when looking for the high point here, it's probably a bit hard because of how many leaves are on the ground right now, but I'm gonna try my best to see if I can actually give myself some good results. Yeah, that's basically the 100-foot mark. I know some blasters have been able to get up to at least that point. Oh, here we go. Last round got fired at around 81 feet. So, you know what? I honestly say that this was a nice tight sort of arrangement that had come around. So the Jupiter's got itself some good consistency taking place, while many others are probably not necessarily at the high point. But on the other hand, I'm also noticing that there's probably a lot to clean up here before anybody could come here and eat it. So you know what, all these rounds I'm gonna have to pick up real quick. So, and now I'm back pretty much. I went ahead and cleaned up the whole entire thing right there. Leaves are gonna be able to make this thing a little harder for me, so I'm glad I'm able to come here whenever possible, and at some point where there's not too many leaves on the ground. So at this point, let's just say that the Jupiter getting itself a good registered mark of 81 to 82 feet pretty much seems to be okay by all means. For a Rivals blaster, I probably would have expected something a little bit better though. The Jupiter getting an 82-foot long shot certainly is an impressive feat, but it probably could have been done a little better by maybe another blaster. We'd probably have to look into that some other time, but until then, if you want to see more, go down to my channel, then make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.